In a shocking turn of events, when EA opens the new Battlefield playtest to basically random people, those random people immediately leak the gameplay. Who could have predicted this? More news at 7. But we're going to talk about everything that was leaked today. I've seen everything that you guys have seen. I cannot show any of it in this video because EA will absolutely 100% DMCA take down my video. Let's just say my relationship with EA is not good. But I'm going to give you guys my reaction to what I saw, my opinions about what some people are saying in the community, and I'm going to stand up for true Battlefield, okay? I'm going to fucking stand up, put my fist down for true Battlefield players, because I'm tired of some stuff that I've been seeing for years. And it's time for everyone that knows what true Battlefield is to finally stand up and fucking defend that from these milsim boomers on Twitter that want to destroy the game. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you like very calm commentary, this is the channel for you. The first thing I'm going to comment on are just the most obvious things. Visually, setting-wise, I think they nailed it. I really do think they hit it out of the park. It looks exactly how it should look, and I think the reception is very, very positive regarding that. In terms of the destruction, I've seen a couple clips. The destruction looks really great. I would like to see the extent of like how far the destruction goes, whether or not you can level entire structures or whether or not it's limited to destroying a building to maybe like a 30% destroyed state. People are currently raving about the audio. I have to agree. I've always found Battlefield's audio to be very impressive, but recently it's been kind of lacking, in my opinion, in BF5 in 2042. The weapons sound great. Explosions sound insane. Tank shells flying past you sound nuts. I think the audio in the next Battlefield is potentially a highlight. We'll have to see how that unfolds, though. I'm happy to report that there is a scoreboard in the game even before it's released to the public, and the minimap is a very interesting take on a Battlefield minimap that I've never seen before. It's actually 3D. Very cool. As far as how the map layout looks, I really have a hard time discerning like the entire view of the map because obviously there's very limited gameplay available, but it looks good. It looks like an urban map, at least the one that they showed. You know, it's definitely better than anything we have in Battlefield 2042 or a lot of the maps we had in Battlefield 2042. Some people with keen eyes pointed out that there seems to be vehicle attrition returning from Battlefield 5, meaning vehicles have limited ammo and have to go back and resupply in order to get more ammo. Now keep in mind, all of this is very, very early and extremely subject to change. They could be testing this, it could be removed later on. In terms of what my opinion is regarding any sort of vehicle attrition, I'm sort of on the fence with it. I don't know if I like it or I hate it. You know, I don't really think it's necessary if you balance the vehicles correctly, but I could see arguments saying that vehicle attrition is useful and this, that, and the other. I'm going to stay on the fence on that for now. Now, what I won't stay on the fence on are some particular subjects, namely gunplay and movement. Now, those of you with keen eyes that were following all the leaks and going on Reddit and Twitter, you will have seen crying, sobbing even, from some of the people in the Battlefield community saying the game is too fast. The game's too fast. The movement, oh, they're crying about the fucking movement before they even get to play the game. Then, for whatever reason, some milsim people are chiming in, hoping there isn't any, quote, stupid jumping or sliding. Hey, stay your ass on Tarkov, bro. The fact of the matter is, Battlefield is not some sort of milsim hyper-realistic game when it comes to movement. It never has been, and it never will be. And some people like to say, well, 1942 and BF2 and BC2 didn't have all this. Great. Those games are all dead and completely irrelevant and are not applicable to today's modern video game standards. People have been begging on their knees for years for a sequel to Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4. And in my opinion, right now, when I look at this new Battlefield's gameplay, that is exactly what they're trying to do. And the fact of the matter is, in Battlefield 4, if we're going with that, there was jump peeking, there was crouch spamming, there was strafing, there were other things you could do with movement, such as air strafing, that formed a skill gap, and it was essential to the gameplay of Battlefield. So the people crying about the slide and crying about jumping and crying about how fast the game is, I hate to break it to you, you are terrible at video games, okay? And that's where the argument ends. I am putting my foot down. No fucking pussyfooting around what it is. Let's just call it like it is. Most of the people complaining about the movement, saying that the slide is too hard to hit, you are terrible, bro. Almost none of the movement that has ever been in Battlefield has been overpowered or difficult to aim at. All of it fits the theme of the game. It's an arcade style, video game. There are some realistic aspects. There are some unrealistic aspects. The movement of Battlefield has always been closer to Call of Duty than it has been to any of these weird sort of milsim games that people try to compare it to for no reason. So I'm standing up for real Battlefield movement. I know what the games are like. You guys that know what real Battlefield movement is, you should stand up for it as well on Reddit and these Twitter threads. Fight against these milsim players, bro. Put them in the ground. Their opinions are horrible. This needs to be a massive community effort from people that really are informed about how Battlefield games truly play. And that segues me into another topic, the gunplay. When I was getting a good look at Battlefield, whatever they want to call it, I'm not sure what the next Battlefield game is called. When I was taking a look at the gunplay and some of the footage, it looks like there's some spread there. And that is absolutely nothing new. Spread is essential to Battlefield's gunplay and has been present in one form or another in literally every single Battlefield game. But because of Battlefield 1 and because of YouTubers that don't know what they're talking about, there is this notion in the Battlefield community ever since that spread is some evil mechanic. And I am absolutely tired of players in the Battlefield community being ignorant and not understanding how to use weapons in Battlefield games. They're basically just complaining that they don't know how to play the video game when they say they hate, quote, random spread. Spread and burst firing, and just how to manage your weapon's accuracy in Battlefield is one of the easiest and most self-explanatory things of all time. A very easy way to explain this is for Battlefield 4's gunplay, for instance. The longer you hold down the mouse 1 button, the more inaccurate your weapon gets, which means you have to stop firing for about a tenth of a second and then return to firing. That's called burst firing. It's extremely simple to understand, and I'm so sorry, but if you don't get it, you're terrible at video games. Straight up, I'm just gonna say it. If you can't comprehend spread in Battlefield's gunplay, if you don't understand why it's there, you aren't really paying much attention, are you? Because it's very obvious why spread is in the game. It is to reduce engagement distances. Battlefield 2042 and Delta Force prove why you need spread in Battlefield gunplay. Those of you that remember Battlefield 2042 on release would know the absolutely dreaded 100, 110, 150 meter full auto standing sprays you could hit on people with full confidence that you would hit every single bullet at that range, which was game breaking, and the exact same thing is present in Delta Force right now, and it makes the game extremely unenjoyable because you just simply don't know where you can get shot from. You can die in the same amount of time from 1 meter all the way out to 150 meters. All while the enemy is shooting at you from hiding behind a head glitch that you can barely see. Spread is in Battlefield's gunplay to basically mediate engagement distances, okay? It's extremely important. It's one of the reasons why Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 play the way they do, okay? It's very essential to the way Battlefield plays. So those are my two little micro rants on those subjects. Overall, I do enjoy what I saw from the leaks, okay? I think they're on the right path. I really do. And I'm rooting for them the entire way. I want them to make the correct decisions. I want the game to be fantastic. And ultimately, I do think this game is probably already better than Battlefield 2042. It's just a matter of the execution at this point. How is the content? Is the amount of content fine? Is the amount of weapons available on launch acceptable? How are the vehicle mechanics? All the little things matter a lot. So is this the time Battlefield finally locks in? Maybe it is, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to say anything just yet. Don't get ahead of yourselves. This is the very, very first time anyone has ever really seen real gameplay of the next Battlefield game. A lot is subject to change. We are in no way, shape, or form out of the woods yet. The best we can do is hope for the best and expect the worst, Definitely let me know what you think in the comments section. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come by the Twitch streams, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to be discussing a lot of Battlefield subjects on the streams. mainly at the beginning of my streams, but they're available to everyone. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.